Liverpool fans, we are just hours away from one of the biggest clashes of the Premier League season so far, Liverpool versus Arsenal at Anfield. But what makes this match even more exciting is the timing. The transfer window is about to slam shut, and manager Arne Slot has just made some very interesting comments about Liverpool's transfer strategy, possible new signings, and the challenge of facing one of the strongest Arsenal sides we've seen under Mikel Arteta. Arne Slot is still new to English football, but in just a few weeks he has already made headlines with his tactical style and straight-talking attitude. Since taking over from Jurgen Klopp, Slot has faced enormous pressure. After all, Klopp left behind one of the biggest managerial legacies in Liverpool's history. But Slot has handled it well so far, guiding his team to 2 wins out of 2 in the Premier League, including that dramatic 3-2 victory over Newcastle last weekend. However, everyone knows that the real test begins now. Facing Arsenal at Anfield is no small challenge, and this game could tell us a lot about Liverpool's title ambitions. Speaking about transfers, Slot admitted Liverpool are still in the market, but he was clear that the club will only make a move if it makes financial and tactical sense. Fans have been crying out for reinforcements, especially in midfield and attack. One of the hottest names being linked is Newcastle's Alexander Isak. Now, this story has taken a twist, because Newcastle are close to signing German striker Nick Woltemade, and that could open the door for Isak to leave. But the problem is time, with the window closing on September 1st. It would take a massive effort from Liverpool to pull this off. Slot refused to give too much away but left the door wide open, saying, "If we can strengthen, we will. But it has to be the right deal." Another interesting point is Hugo Ekitike. The young striker has already started making headlines after scoring 3 goals in his first 3 games for Liverpool. Slot praised him for his energy and finishing, but admitted he still has to adjust fully to the pace of the Premier League. Imagine the pressure on this 22-year-old, walking into Anfield with the cop behind him, in a game where the whole world is watching. Could Ekitike be the surprise weapon against Arsenal? Fans are certainly excited. There's also good news on the injury front. Connor Bradley and Alexis Mac Allister are back in full training, and Slot confirmed that the squad came through the Newcastle match without any major injuries. That means Liverpool should be close to full strength heading into Sunday. This is a huge boost because depth will be critical against an Arsenal team that has been flying in attack. And let's talk about Arsenal for a moment. They've had a perfect start to the season, 6 points from 2 games, and they look dangerous. Victor Gokers has already scored twice, and with the potential debut of Eberechi as Arsenal have an extra creative spark that could cause Liverpool serious problems. Arteta has built a side that presses relentlessly, attacks with pace, and knows how to dominate possession. This is not the Arsenal of old. This is a team with genuine title ambitions. Slot himself acknowledged how tough this match will be. He knows Liverpool's defense hasn't looked fully solid yet. Conceding 4 goals in 2 games is not ideal. Arsenal's attack could exploit those weaknesses if Liverpool are not sharp. That's why Slot has been drilling the team in training, focusing on defensive organization and quick transitions. He wants Liverpool to be aggressive but disciplined, especially in the midfield battle where the game could be won or lost. The fans, as always, are split in their opinions. Some supporters believe Slot needs to bring in at least one more world-class signing before the window shuts if Liverpool are to compete with Manchester City and Arsenal for the title. Others argue that with players like Salah, Diaz, Nunez, Szoboszlai, and now Ekitike, Liverpool already have the firepower to challenge anyone. On social media, debates are raging. Hashtags like #LFCtransfers, #Slotball, and #YNY are trending. And everyone is waiting to see if Liverpool make a late move in the market. But the bigger focus is Sunday. Anfield will be rocking, and we all know what that atmosphere can do to opposition teams. Arsenal have struggled at Anfield in the past, and Slot will want to use that energy to Liverpool's advantage. Every tackle, every pass, every chant will matter. The players know this isn't just another match. This is a chance to send a message to the entire Premier League. If Liverpool win, Slot will instantly silence his critics and prove he has what it takes to compete at the very top. If Arsenal win, it will be a huge statement of intent from Arteta's men. And the pressure will mount on Liverpool to strengthen before the transfer deadline. So the big questions remain. Will Arne Slot manage to pull off a transfer surprise before the window closes? Can Hugo Ekitike continue his red-hot form and deliver in the biggest game of his young Liverpool career? And most importantly, will Liverpool's defense hold strong against Arsenal's firepower? One thing is for sure. This weekend promises drama, intensity, and maybe even history. Because matches like these don't just decide 3 points, they shape entire seasons. The world will be watching, and whatever happens, it's going to be unforgettable.